Is currently underway at the Enyokeni Palace in KwaNongoma, north of KwaZulu-Natal. Thousands of maidens have gathered there to participate in the traditional ritual. The maidens will carry reeds they have gathered and present them before His Majesty Zulu King, Goodwill Zwelithini. The King will deliver the keynote address to the maidens later today. Our correspondent Sbonga-konke Mbatha is there.
Proceedings must make mention of the fact that this process is not only just an acknowledgement of culture and reinforcement of some of the values that are shared or imparted with some of the girls, but there's also an educational and awareness approach to it. We see the presence of the Department of Health in KwaZulu-Natal. We see the presence of various organizations that are also here not only to support but also to educate and reinforce some of their own educational processes to some of the girls, and also alert them in terms of combating some of the social ills that we currently face, which is teenage pregnancy, drug abuse, which is something very relevant, especially to young maidens of this society. We must also make mention of the fact that across the ages, there's maidens from as young as 10 years old up until the latest 42. So it must be issues that are relevant from a 10-year-old up until to a 42-year-old, and they must be able to understand how exactly to deal with some of these issues and how to deal with other issues that might face along the way, to make sure that they do not divert in terms of the way that they're actually taking, to not divert in terms of the path that they're actually taking. So it's actually quite a process that is reinforcing, re-embracing, and making sure that it sticks to some of the issues that are currently facing our youth. And as I've mentioned before, that the Reed dance is accommodating of girls across all ages. Right next to me, I'm going to speak to some of the girls and actually get to understand and hear what are their views in terms of today's proceedings, what are their perspectives in some of such social ills and social cohesion cultures, and some of the issues that they currently face as a youth, and how do they perceive some of the changes that they have to make. Good afternoon, guys. As I've mentioned before, what are some of the things that you guys are going to see to be beneficial and very educational? As I've mentioned, that there's the presence of the Department of Health. We know that especially across all ages, especially in a tender age such as you guys, 15 ranging to 21, there's actually quite a prevalence of teenage pregnancy. There's high infections between the age of 15 and 24. So what are some of the views that you guys share, and what are some of the advices that you guys are going to be taking away from today's proceedings, apart from the normal processes of the weekends?
I feel as if we're here to show that we don't condone what the social people think that we should do, because normally it's a norm nowadays for everyone to have sex and to get pregnant at a young age. We don't see it as a shock, and it shows that it's a social decline, because we're supposed to be shocked and supposed to have guilt that we are pregnant at a young age. So I feel as if as we're here, we're getting educated on how to keep ourselves, to keep our purity and to keep our mind pure.
According to my own perspective of view, I think we're doing this just to abstain from getting STIs and getting pregnant at an early age. And we are also doing it for our culture and showing people that we are here. We can't be virgins until a certain time. And we are still the girls that follow our culture.
You mentioned a lot about values and following the culture and defying the norms. But what are some of the basic reasons that brought you guys here, and what sustained you in terms of making sure that you remain virgins and you actually attend and you keep consistency in making sure that people behave in a certain manner? And what are some of the things that actually motivate you, that are contributing factor to your presence?
Well, you know, if people acknowledge what you do and actually people see what you do, you get that oomph to carry on doing what you do if you bring it right. So if we get like awareness, like right now you said that there's a Department of Health of KwaZulu-Natal and everyone else that's here. People keep on motivating you. They make you keep on going strong and make sure that you do everything the way you were taught, not conform to what everyone and what the social standards has to say about you.
I actually think it's about building your self-confidence and low self-esteem and everything. But according to me, is to encourage all the girls outside to come and join us and prevent the STIs and teenage pregnancy and everything, so it can be their goals and show other people that it can be reached. Thank you.
As the girls have mentioned, some of the issues that they feel as though directly affect them, teenage pregnancy, STIs, but most importantly, they feel that their presence here and the presence of various organizations here to advise and motivate them is to ensure that their values are actually reinforced.
That was Sbonga-konke Mbatha coming to us from KwaNongoma in KwaZulu-Natal.